Howdy folks, thanks for stopping by, and welcome to the next edition of the I Think I'm Lost series. Although it's not necessary, if you wanted to watch these in order, then you can find the link at the end of this video. Okay, let's jump right into it. Ah, Rubaiyat. Aegon's litter box, right? Or is it? Is Ruby just stretches of never-ending sand-choked splits in the earth, filled with horrors and ugliness and confusing and bizarre wildlife and crazy ruins? Is there nothing at all redeemable on this entire island? I don't know. But personally, I think there is. So let's take a few moments, shall we? To my mind, one of the coolest things about Ruby is how the original devs took inspiration from the architecture of desert cultures all over the world and made the buildings on Ruby look great, and they really set the mood quite well for the entire subcontinent. For instance, this structure is called a wind tower, and I'm not 100% on how it works, but the key principle is that air comes in from the bottom, and as hot air rises, it goes up and out the windows on top, creating movable air, which significantly lowers the temperature inside the building's lower area. Really, really cool. But as I am no great scholar of architecture, I would challenge you during this video to pick out bits and pieces from buildings as I did that might be perfectly at home in Iran or ancient Assyria or Egypt, Morocco, or even India's Thar Desert, etc., etc. So off we go. Our first stop is Rubaiyat VCP. It's pretty interesting. It's a lovely VCP. It's representative of a lot of that cool architecture we talked about. It's also a great place to drop some in-game lore on you, which starts to answer a lot of the questions that people have when they show up on Ruby. It seems the Chaldeans, ancient humans that now live in Mercia, set up a lucrative spice trade with the backward people of Rubaiyat. And after many years of prosperity, they grew rich and fat and powerful through trade with the main continent. Then they set their greedy little peepers on their neighbors, and apparently that greed was their undoing. Here's a cool little bar, just because. What is that, a tooth? Shave and a haircut, and then pull your teeth. So back to the Chaldeans. A group of elves, dwarves, and even some Maharim tribes, along with humans from Niflheim, recognized the common threat posed to them all, and after a long and bloody campaign, they kicked the humans all the way back to fucking Mercia, where they exist today. However, afterwards, Ruby itself fell into a long decline. So Rubaiyat is large, but it's not particularly mazy. I find it's pretty easy to get around. It's got a few unique structures here and there. It's also got a lot of stuff that's pretty common throughout Rubaiyat, so now I'm not inclined to spend any more time here than we have to. I do think this snakehead water sluice is kind of interesting, as is the fact that the balloon lift doesn't seem to work or go anywhere. Maybe that's why it's smoking. So anyway, Rubaiyat. Off we go. I'm constantly arguing with myself on where to start these videos. Should I start with the coolest place and go down from there, so to speak, or should I start at the edge of whatever region I happen to be in? Maybe I should just skip around from place to place all over the map like an imbecile, but I don't know. But anyway, this is the Ruby Conclave, and it's a kind of neat little area. But as you might be able to glean from my own personal record with doing trade runs, I really don't know that much about this stuff, so neat little place to visit, but we're moving on. Kayud, you have seen better days. Kayud is a PC city of Alfar design, and it really looks quite nice when it's all built up. But unfortunately, people keep lobbing shells at it from their ships, and eventually everything's torn down. Just another view of Kayud from across the way. And where, Willie, pray tell, did you happen to get such a beautiful view of Kayud? Well, let me tell you, fine people, you take this lift all the way up top to what has to be the most beloved of all Aegon's mobs, the Brownie. And I believe this is the 75 spawn of these fucking things. You know, one of my former clan leaders asked me if I could go out and rustle him up some Q2 brownie quartz. And I went out there with a friend, and I woke up in the hospital with a bandage around my head because apparently I had tried to commit suicide by driving an ice pick into my fucking skull. I had been there for 7 minutes. But anyway, now that you know this area is here, you can avoid it. Thank you, Willie. We love you. Just look at this ballsy little fuck. Off the coast of Ruby to the east houses the region of El Harat, and of course the El Harat PC city. And the tiny little Tiger Island down here will always hold a special place in my heart, as it was in fact the location for my very first gaming video of all time. Aside from that, it's just a small, secluded, out-of-the-way place. Somewhere you can take a breath and relax for a little while.
Yes, you are a pretty kitty. Who's that fluffy kitty?
Also, if you're a young, budding potion maker and you can't kill a lot of stuff, you can do a lot worse than tigers. They skin for blood, hearts, teeth, all the stuff you need to make major health and stamina pots. Which sounds all well and good, however there's only a few tiger spawns on the whole map. One, of course, is down here off the east coast of Ruby, and the other 4 are up on the subcontinent of Yasam. But what I really love about this tiny little island is its proximity to 2 things that are really, really kind of special in all of Aegon. Now, sea serpents aren't rare. They're found all over. But I'm amazed at how many people haven't seen them. And they're really, really special to me. I just love watching them. And very close to Rubaiyat's sea serpents is this unbelievable underwater abandoned city. Well, it's abandoned by everybody but the greater Matayans, who try to tear your ass apart the whole time you're down here. But you should take some time out of your schedule, come down here and check it out. It's really magnificent. I apologize if the video seems herky-jerky at this point. I'm sure it's not the fact that my hard drive is 29% fragmented, but totally the fault of the server we play on, which is Schrodinger's server, or it would so seem. Back on dry land, we find ourselves entering the PC city of Alhambra. which is very interesting in several respects. Number one, it's underground, which is always pretty cool. Number two, to the careful eye, you'll see that it is a ruin of a dwarf or human city taken over by Alfar designers, of course. We all know that Alfar are superior to all the other races in every single way imaginable. Fuck. But after a while, the Alfar got bored, and they moved on, and the city fell into ruin. And now it's owned by, I don't know, probably some elves or some shit. But if you look here and there, you can still see signs of Alfar's superiority and magnificence. Back topside, we have some vertebrae from the spinal cord of what is, I don't know, probably a dragon or some other huge beast laid down here in the sands to die. Pretty cool. Nowadays, they don't make the dragons so big. We just got that big pussy red dragon to the southwest there. Darkness falls, but no rest for the weary. You know, I think part of the charm of Ruby is that even minor areas, mobs and such like that, everything looks so really cool to me. I really have developed an appreciation for the subtle things all across this subcontinent. The village of Al-Hali was not very built up, but I did manage to find this vendor there. Hello, good sir.
Oi! Well, you're a big fat one there, aren't you, boy? Still, you're not the fattest I've seen.
Thanks. Actually, sir, I was wondering if you could help me find, like, interesting things around Ruby and the surrounding area.
I saw me in Alfar. Oi! 2 weeks ago Sunday. Fat as a house, that one. Huge, jiggling fat rolls. Why, it looked like a giant tick on the ass of the Kraken. I felt sorry for his mount, I did. Legs all splayed to the side like an old whore.
Okay, well, sir, you have a good day. I bid you good fortune.
Oi! Ain't you gonna buy nothing, you fat bastard? Well, fuck you then, you enormous fat body. I hope you get the pox. Off with you.
Jeez, that fucking guy was mean. So I saw this beautiful little spot during the night in Old Hamaras. Don't count on my pronunciation there. And I wasn't going to stop here just yet, but I figured why not. Turned around just as I had. The sun went up. And I have to say, I'm really, really happy I stopped here because it turns out the interior of this place was absolutely beautiful. And I'm going to speed up the video a bit because we still got lots of places to see. But take my word for it, this place is just gorgeous. And as an added bonus, there's plenty of lesser and regular fire elementals to kill. Really, really a sharp place. Of all the cities across all the known world, there are none that sit so gentle on my mind as Ganalaj. Beyond being beautiful, beyond being well thought out, beyond being very easy to navigate, I think the fact that you've got so elegant a city sitting in the middle of the desert just makes it that much more appealing than anything I've ever seen throughout Aegon. And even with some of the walls knocked down, it only seems to give the old girl an air of grandeur and solemnity. if you don't want to go fishing right there, then you're out of your fucking mind. So I want to show you something out near the dragon spawn. And dragon's really kind of a pussy. He's real easy to kill. Easily soloable. However, I don't want to spend the time and resources it's going to take to solo this thing. For the sakes of this video, I just want to take you out there and show you something real quick. So I'm going to pack my stuff inside the old bag here. Safety first. You always want to bring a shield though, just to block some of that fire. He's not going to be a problem. Whew, this is my lucky day. That's not a good omen. And there he is. Come at me, big pussy. See that? Barely hurt you. Barely hurt you. Just got to keep an eye out for him. Yeah, and here he goes again. As you can see, I've barely taken any damage at all. I can easily heal it up whenever I like. I don't know why people fear this thing so much. That hurt. Mayday, mayday. Get behind this rock and I'll be safe. Yeah, what are you gonna do now, you big pussy? Oh, fuck. Alright, well, that's my fault. I got overconfident. Alright, this shit's definitely getting fucking annoying. All I want to do is show you the area where you turn in the dragon key once you kill the fucking thing. It's not even that hard. It's like a little spiral fucking mountain. Where the fuck is my fucking corpse? Eureka! Motherfucker! I just want to show a video. Go away. Why am I always wrong? Good dragon. Smart, wise dragon. Please, I just making a video. Please go away. Oh my god, I see you. I'll stay underwater then until you go away. Smart dragon. Fly away, smart dragon. This is the ramp you go up when you turn the key in. Of course, the dragon's usually dead by now. If you have friends. I made it. I made it. I told you I would show you. Right there's the chest. I did it. Willie did it. Good omen. Good omen. Good omen. No. No, go away. No, 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 go away. Go away.
Way on.
Smart dragon. You better run, pussy. Pussy.
How is life over there, buddy?
The dragon killed me. He killed me over and over and thank I just wanted to make a video.
To a point, I was good. Tried to do stuff that I should. Tried to do what you said. Tried to sleep in my own bed. But my bones wouldn't rest till I put me to my test. And I remembered what you said, that I could be great, so great. I could be great, so
Now, one of my favorite parts of Ruby, and I'm not alone here, is the talking head. Talking head is just great. You walk up to him, you ask him a question. Sometimes he answers you, sometimes he doesn't. We're going to see if he's in the mood today. So, what should we ask him? Hey, talking head. Is the game going to be okay?
Last week I see Raza Alfora, fattest Alfar in all the land.
I know Raza Alfor. He's in my clan. Okay, wait a minute now. That must be who that rude ass vendor was talking about.
Raza Alfora is not who you think he is. He is the ancient enemy of the all-you-can-eat buffet.
Okay, wow. I don't know what to say.
Raza Alfora's whirlwind attack on a plate of pancakes is the stuff legends are made of.
You know, I'm not going to sit here and let you talk about my friends like this. You're supposed to be offering... That's not even the question I asked you. I'm leaving.
Keep it walking, fag boy.
What did you're rude. You're rude. I should get my clan down here with some picks and take your ass apart. How do you like that?
Cash me outside. How about that?
Yeah, I'm done. You know, sir, you have a good day. Fucking rock. Now, you people have got to see this next area. And I know what some of you might be thinking. Willie, you've been saying that this whole video. Why should I have to go down there? Why should I have to do any exploring at all? I don't have time for that. I have to go farm this mob over here to get my armor. I have to go farm that mob over there to make my staff. I have to get ready for the siege that's coming, whatever. And I get it. This is a competitive game. You have to do some level of that sort of thing. But what I don't see so many people doing is stopping, taking a breath, and appreciating where you're at the moment. Or better yet, simply exploring for the sake of finding something new. I mean, this place is magnificent. It looks a lot like that last fire elemental spawn we were at, but it's got that open air feeling, and it totally changes the whole vibe of the place. It's a destination spot just for the simple fact that it's here to appreciate. Look, I'm older, so I'll give you young people maybe something to think about here. I've wanted to draw my whole life, so I went to New York for 1 week to learn how to draw. And you're saying to yourself, 1 week, that's all it took? It was a class called Drawing on the Right Side of the Brain, and it was unlike anything I've ever experienced. So day one, they sit you down for 20 minutes and they tell you to draw a self-portrait, and this is what I drew. Go ahead, you could laugh. I did. But on the last day, this was my self-portrait, which you would have to admit is a damn sight better. Now, I'm certainly not some great artist. I know a lot of you guys are gifted when it comes to drawing. But the one thing I will say is that class, before it did anything else, it taught you how to look at things and, more importantly, how to appreciate them. So I've tried to carry that lesson with me throughout my life, and when I play games, I look at a place like this astonishing human castle complex surrounded by much more primitive desert architecture. It's just really cool to me. I mean, look at that little cool market area down there. Who would not want to go down and explore that? Dragon statues and fire giants. It's just, this place is crazy. Okay, maybe this isn't a market area. Maybe it's a place for public executions. But see, I explored it and I found out something I didn't know. Now I can appreciate it. This fucking thing's been following me around the city. So, Jaharat. Onward to Jan Halek and surrounding areas. Thousands of years ago, in the time when the gods still walked Aegon, wielding their might for good or evil, a red, rune-covered pyramid slowly rose from the pit which birthed Rubaiyat's greatest river, the Angra. And as that ancient structure rose, its architect bid its long-buried followers rise from out of the desert sands to conquer Rubaiyat once again. This powerful deity established himself as the god king of Rubaiyat, and he called himself Kamset, or the Red Pharaoh. He slew or imprisoned the local deities of the desert continent, he subjugated its people, and then he began to shape his subjects into a powerful army with which to contest the rulership of all Aegon. Ultimately, the Red Pharaoh too was defeated by an alliance of rival gods. He was imprisoned in his own pyramid of ancient magics, but he cast one final terrible spell, which drained Rubaiyat and all its subjects of life and liquid, and the Angra River, which was once deemed eternal and unchanging, as divinely predictable as the coming of spring after winter, stopped flowing altogether and turned to dust. And the farms, river barges, and cities of Ruby lay stranded along the sad, dried-out husk of the once former riverbed. The paradise that was once Rubaiyat was now peopled with skeletons buried in the howling desert winds, and the undead which forever seek to slake their thirst with the blood of the living. Yep. And that's why you got the chosen of Kamset, the hands of Kamset, the child of Kamset, fourth cousin twice removed of Kamset, the crazy aunt we lock in the basement of Kamset, and finally, these nuts of Kamset. And that's a little bit of fun, knowing some of the lore of Rubaiyat, but, as far as the Red Pyramid is concerned, its one use is the worst kept secret in all of Aegon, as it remains the last fast transport spot. And this black doorway will transport you back to your house or to wherever you are bound. I really can't believe the devs haven't fixed that yet. Woohoo! Well, that's currently all I have for you, folks. I appreciate all the time you spent with me, and I hope you've enjoyed yourself. I always welcome your comments if they're constructive. My videos are not perfect, but they are meant to show you things maybe you haven't seen, and hopefully inspire you to go back and visit your favorite places on Ruby, or even go down there and check it out for the first time. I've put a link at the end of this video that will take you to the next one, or the first one if this is the last one that I recorded. Till then, I remain very truly yours, till the next part of the I Think I'm Lost series. Take care, and I bid you amazing good fortune. Be well. Good sharks, good and wise sea serpents. Go away. Please go away.